Warning: coarse language, profanity, hot button topics, social issues. This content is not for the thin-skinned, the easily offended, and/or a conservative audience. We swear a lot, and you might get your feelings hurt. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the show, folks. I got a special guest here, my man Phil. We've been talking about trying to do this show before I even started doing these YouTube episodes like years ago. You know, we used to work together back when I was running restaurants in DC back in the early to mid 2000s. So welcome, man. It's good to see you. How you doing?
Man, it's been a long journey, man. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. So
they don't even understand when they see it.
No, they don't. So you know, the original genesis of this, you know, we were gonna, you know, do a show just talking about people and you know, I believe that, you know, that was the original concept of this, and then things happen, people move away, you know, people lose touch, but we want to find each other's paths again. So here we are.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what's up with you, man, Mr. Abayami? What's going on?
Yeah. So, I spun this channel off. I guess going on 5 years. It'll be. I did my first episode, if I'm not mistaken, about 5 years ago, and it was a tribute to my dad. My dad was active duty military, did 3 tours of Vietnam. So that first episode, it was a Memorial Day episode, which I did back in either 17 or 18, somewhere around that. So it's still on the channel. It's the first, you know, like if you go into this channel here and you go all the way to then, that's the first episode that you're going to see. So I think we've gotten a lot better since then, but you know.
I think I saw it. I mean, because I watched all your episodes, I think I watched every episode. Yeah, so, you know, my mind is crazy, so, you know.
You know, that was the first one. You know, it almost seems back like it was antiquity. We were just joking around about that earlier in terms of how long we've been trying to do this, since like the days of the dinosaurs and and our BC and cavemen. So
right.
Yeah. Anyway, so you know, we was talking about the Chris Rock Netflix special. So yeah, I got a chance to watch that earlier, man. He was pretty out there with some of the stuff, but you know, and maybe not some of his best work, but it was pretty good, though, I thought.
Yeah. Like, I wanted you to see what he said about Will Smith.
Yeah, I mean, and to me, he saved the best for last. And I mean, anybody with half a brain knew that once he did get a chance to do a special, I mean, like, he was going to come out and let Will have it. But, you know, at the same time, he was still respectful about it, which I thought was kind of cool. You know what I mean? So, you know, he said what he had to say, but he could have taken it a lot further if he wanted to.
Right.
And like, he didn't. And then, like, at the end, you know, people are like, well, how come, you know, you didn't fight back or this and that? And he's like, because I was raised right. And my parents told me don't fight in front of white people, which I thought was a great line. Mic drop and walks off the stage.
Right. And you know something, man? See, first of all, Will Smith was wrong.
Yeah.
But because they're comedians. So I'm thinking, like, if I was Will Smith, I put myself in both of their positions. If I'm Will Smith, what I would have did was I would holler and say, yo, man, my wife she took me out of the fence, because they were friends before this.
Right.
Well, I don't think they were really friends, but you know, they worked together.
They were cool with each other, right?
Right, they cool. So I'd have been like, hey, man, you know you crossed the line, man. Jada mad, man. Like, you gotta apologize to him, man.
Right.
I wouldn't have walked up and struck him. I would have checked him right there. Look at man, hey man, this ain't the place for that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So, but I guess the way Jada looked at it, and I don't know why she looked at it that way, cause she know Chris too. Jada ain't an angel, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
Right.
I don't know what that was about. Like, I think he should have hit them in their pockets, really, because it was recorded. Everyone saw it. So I would have hit them in their pockets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would have made them pay
Yeah.
because that's how you get to people like that.
Yeah.
There's nothing he could say to anybody or anything. I mean, he's gonna make some money off the joke. Everybody gonna watch his show, of course, because it happened. So
Right.
everybody wanting him to say something. But what he's supposed to do was I went to court and sued the fuck out of him.
Yeah, I mean, and like you know what? I mean, there could be more to this.
Right.
You never know what's being said behind closed doors. What's maybe these two have talked and they're just kind of look. Nobody has got to know that we got to that we squash this, but at the
Right.
same time, just so that you can maintain your reputation. Go, goddamn roast me, and I ain't gonna say nothing. You never know.
Right. See, because some people were saying that all of that was staged.
And to this day, I still think it's staged. You know why? Because my background. I worked in that bar restaurant business for a very long time, and I've seen plenty of people get slapped. And
Right.
that was more like a thump. I mean, these are good microphones they're wearing too. So,
Right, right,
it wasn't one of those like that. Or, it was just like I don't know. I mean, to this day, I still think the whole thing was scripted. But what do I
Right.
know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was like because he walked up. Now, like I said, Will ain't no gangster.
Right.
He ain't no punk either, but he ain't no gangster. He's a funny dude. And the way he walked up, and he just see Chris stood there. Now, Chris, that's why I say it was like scripted to me, because Chris let him walk up, then he drew back. It wasn't like he drew back. So I'm like, when it happened and shit, I was like everybody else, oh shit. But then when I thought about it, I'm like, hey, that shit was scripted. Like,
Yeah.
there was something behind that.
Right.
Because like you said, like now, everybody is going to listen to everything, at least for the next couple of years, to come out of Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, and Chris Rock's mouth. She's done I think they said in the past, since that happened, she's done like over 70 interviews about that incident.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, which
Now, that's
in
pretty
turn-
interesting.
Yeah, which in turn turned into money. That's money for them.
Right.
And Will has spoken about it several and numerous times, which all of it is money. Chris Rock, I know he got a couple million for that show, at least 10 million. Just
Oh, at least, yeah.
At least, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like, what you gonna do for money? I mean, even one of them
Yeah.
motherfuckers are broke.
Right. And
Like,
the thing
so
is, I
I'm
mean,
like-
the type of circles they run in aren't the kind of circles we run in. I mean, that's some other shit right there. I like to get there one day, but you know what? I ain't there right now, so.
So it's like, man, I'm like, man, that shit had to be scripted.
Yeah.
Because first of all, where were the police? Because if we'd assaulted them, because in today's world, the police would have locked Will Smith ass up.
And supposedly, they were like, the police did ask Chris Rock if he wanted to press charges, behind stage, and he's like, no. Supposedly.
So therein goes, because like I said, now I don't know either one of them personally. But it just was too, like a motherfucker slapped me, you know what's going on.
Right.
I know when motherfuckers slap you, Jaja, what's going on? You know, I mean, that's just some man shit.
Right.
You ain't putting your hands on me. So, like I said, I don't know, man. Like I said, I didn't even hear it there because neither one of them motherfuckers wrote me a check.
And exactly. And guess what? At the end of the day, it doesn't affect me at all. It might get me a couple views here and there. That's about it. That's the way it affects me. But I don't see Chris Rock. I don't see Will Smith or Jada Pinkett be like, oh, that was a great segment you did here. Here's some money. We're going to write you a check. Because we both know that shit ain't happening.
Right. So that shit, man, fuck them.
Right.
On to the next thing.